Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's been a weird day. Like, I was trying to come up with the concept of how I'm gonna make this work, right? So, like, linking the old channel to the new channel and my ideas for the new channel, and of course leading us all down this road to where I'm trying to get us to be, which is the book, right? I figured that I would just, start from the time frame of, the YouTube channel, the original channel, and why I started it. I guess, during that time, I had spent a lot of years at a casino. One particular casino, we parted ways. I only had one kid left in high school at the time, so in my mind, I thought, okay, now's the time to, like, do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of showing up at the corporate plantation and making other people rich, and I'm creative and they're getting rich off my creativity, low-key. So I'm like, okay, now's the time. So we're doing okay. I'm not gonna front. I'm producing enough orders at certain times of the year where we're doing okay. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's for sure, Super Bowl. Like, I'm doing pretty good. We're broker than we're kind of used to being. Starting a business is hard, but we were trading above water. So bottom line is, at some point I decided to go ahead and head back to work. So I went back to work. I ended up at a casino downtown. So during that time, I'm still on my BDSM journey, and getting to learn myself. My dynamic is doing fine. You come into these situations and you negotiate the things that you want. So I literally have negotiated exactly what I wanted at that time. It was fine. Everything was perfect. So in the meantime, I'm getting to learn myself and more about kinks, and a particular dominant that has passed away right now, RIP to him, asked me a potent question one time about my little in my inbox. So that started this kind of healing journey, based on how I found myself as an adult little, right? So all that's happening in my own personal life. At the same time, I got one kid that just graduated, one kid that's still in high school, and then mom gets freaking sick, and I just started this new job. New job is, back in the pay bracket that I'm used to, actually a little bit more than I'm used to, because I was working off the strip for, before, but downtown is still off the strip, but it's kids. Anyway, you get the point. So now I'm starting to feel a way about this job, because this is during the time of Trump, right? So the racism at this place was blatant. Like, I'm not even gonna bullshit. Like, the racism was blatant. Like, I'm talking about on Black History Month. It was almost a riot, let me tell you, because these people decided that, in honor of Black History Month, in the team member dining room, they were going to put watermelon and fried chicken and Kool-Aid. Like, I'm talking about barbecue ribs. Like, it was so blatantly like, what do Black people like? Let's Google it, right? That's how I felt. And then and then we went to HR and everything, and the lady, of course, they send the token Black lady that works in HR, right? So she's like, listen, if y'all thought that was bad, y'all should have seen what I talked them out of. Like, these are the things that I relented on. Like, these fools were seriously about to freaking hire an actor dressed in a giant Kool-Aid costume. Like, it was terrible. It was fucking horrible. I hated this place. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, I started networking. I was dealing with a different level of player that than I was used to. So I met some really good people. I started to understand how to manipulate this particular work system with racism, and it was making me a lot of money, because understand that I'm, in this office there's two black people. They had to have one of each, one black dude, one black girl. So and they're all kind of ignoring these players. Like, they look, and the player might say Compton or Inglewood or Detroit or the Bronx or something. Like, it was, and then they wouldn't even call these people. And I'm looking at the numbers, like, these dudes is coming out here knocking grip anyway. So I'm moving up the ladder, and there I'm making a much more money, and now my dynamic is not feeling as satisfying as it was, because my life is elevating, and this is kind of stagnant. Like, I'm showing up at these black tie events, rubbing elbows with these people that have assets, and I have to show up alone. Like, it felt weird, right? So I'm going through that. Meantime, Mom gets sick. Her health is declining. So understand, at this point, I pretty much quit doing YouTube videos, because I had work, I had the kids, I had this, feeling this weird way about my dynamic, and then Mom gets sick. The downside to that is that, upon her getting sick, I realized another thing about this country. Like, you cannot be black and poor and sick at the same time. It doesn't mix. So the long or the short with that is she passed away. In the meantime, trying to make her comfortable in a city where if you're poor, then they don't care. Like, so I liquidated almost all my assets to get her in a nicer transitional place where she can cross over and not be surrounded by malarkays. So I found myself feeling weird at work one day, and a friend of mine, she was a coworker of mine, it was her husband's birthday, so she says, let's go down here and get my husband something. I mean, it could have been the anniversary, I don't know, either way. We end up in this store, and she's getting him some crystals blessed. So I am just standing around. I don't, I'm not thinking much about the crystals. And then the lady was like, let me get you one. And when I give you this, I'm going to, bless it and do the things to it. And then while I'm doing that, you meditate on, what it is that you want. This is a heart chakra crystal. It's good for cleansing you, getting to know you, opening up your heart. It, it's the center. Anyway, it's complicated. Bottom line is, she did the thing. I put my intentions into it, and that pretty much started my spiritual journey. And it's been crazy, because sometimes I don't even recognize myself. Like, I don't drink anymore. You know what I'm saying? I might have a glass of wine, but for the most part, I don't drink. For sure. But I think that's where I'm gonna end this first video, and then we'll just move into the next video from there. So thank you guys for showing up. I look forward to the next story time.